I remember I was like 14 in high school, my first year, and then I went to the bathroom with the senior, and he was like, "What class do you have next?" And I said, "Math class." And then he was like, "No one likes math," and he pulled out like a joint from his sock, and he said, "Do you want to get high?" So we got high, and we instantly got caught. Teachers right outside the bathroom talking, and when we walked out, they just looked at us, and the teacher sniffed in and said, "Back up," and I knew I was fucked. There was like a police officer that was checking me, and I got suspended for 4 days for possession of controlled substances. Oh my, I smoked so much weed that my right lung collapsed. I had to go into the hospital, and it was like they only numbed the skin, and then they put a tube inside my right lung, so I felt it going into my lung, and there was like a TV on the wall that I just looked at while they put it in, so I was like watching Paw Patrol while a tube was going inside my lung. On the hospital sucked. My phone died, and they had the same clip of American Ninja Warriors, and it was on replay for like 2 days straight, and that's the only thing I had to do. But now I don't smoke weed, I get straight A's, I do my schoolwork. I'm becoming a successful young man now.
Dating any of my ex-girlfriends. Spider-Man gets a lot of women, you know, it happens. He's been in a lot of relationships. I know some people say opposites attract. Don't go with that. Don't do it. Find someone who's more like you, trust me. Otherwise, you're going to butt heads all the time. Because the last person I was with, we really liked each other, but we were like opposites in a lot of ways, and that kind of made everything fall apart. Eventually, like, we didn't want it to, either of us, but it happened because of that. So I say, get as much in common as you can. Yeah, see, I'm pretty chill. At least nowadays, I'm pretty chill. My ex was like, not chill. Like, she was just really angry all the freaking time. And I'm like, dude, and I'm like one of those people like, dude, just forget it. Just chill. Just be happy, man. You know, it's a choice. It's a choice to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, hey, this is your life. You only get one of them. Be happy.
Not believing I could do it. It was a mistake I put into my mind thinking that about myself. I doubted my ability to learn. It's growing, bro. I'm nurturing myself and my ability to create, bro. So yeah, I think it's good for myself to see myself in a position where I can do anything. You gotta kind of stop listening to other people, man. You gotta stop focusing on yourself and seeing how you're gonna do it on your own. Because at the end of the day, life is a single thing, bro. It's not about the people around you. It's a person inside of you. Before I didn't believe I could bring peace into my life, bro. But it turns out that I just had to look for it, man. And I had to look for it within, bro. And create it. You have to create peace inside myself, bro. Just in order to live the way that I wanted to live. Because like the philosophy of manifestation is the philosophy of creating where there's nothing, right? I feel like the law of attraction and everything like that. Yeah, it makes sense, bro. But at the same time, you have to realize that it's a complicated subject. So when you realize that within the law of thought, which is like what you think, you attract, everything like that, bro. It's like your mind is your base camp for the rest of your body, bro. You gotta feed yourself positive things, bro. What you listen to. How you listen is how your mind eats, bro. I feel like everything that's happening with the war right now is taking the toll on people's minds and on people's doubt of like who's protecting us and shit. But you gotta realize like there's people out there doing their best to make the world a better place. It's not just a void, bro. Like all the suffering, everything, like it'll be time for everyone to ascend into a better place, bro.
Only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing.
Waking up every morning, that's probably gonna be number one.
I mean, you're not wrong about that one.
Yeah.
We both. Yeah. You don't want to do anything. Like you just want to be alone. You don't even want to be alone at some points. Like you just don't want to be there.
Sometimes you're alone for so long that you get tired of being alone. But then when...
Wait, what just happened?
The existentialism of existing. I don't know, like we're here and like none of us asked to be here, right? But like we're here now, and now we gotta pay bills, and we gotta go to work every day, or we gotta go to school, or we gotta eat food every day and do this every day, and I don't know. I didn't ask for any of this. That's why I actually I just joined VRChat a few weeks ago, and it's really helped me a lot. Like, it's like been the one thing that I've been looking forward to every day at work. When I get home, this is what I want to do.
I mean, be happy, appreciate every second you have. Like,
Don't get your hopes up.
But don't end up depressed. That's mainly more important.
Yeah.
And I've made so many. Probably the worst decision is not taking opportunities that were presented to me early in life. Going to college when I was early on in my years would have been a good decision, but I made up for it. It made it a lot harder to go back as I got older. So I decided not to go when all my friends went, and decided to just wait, and it became harder and harder. But eventually I went. I was 35. I did, yes, I finished. It was just a little harder. Yeah, so after that you learn just to don't sit on things. If you have a decision to make, try to make it as best as you can quickly.
So pretty much this girl liked me a lot, and like every day in the morning, like when I get to school, she would hug me and walk me to class and do all this and do all that. And just like when I was at home, she'd message me and FaceTime me and like always want to talk to me and do stuff. And I think I kind of fed that. I kind of led her on in a way. I mean, I did like her, to be fair, but I don't know. I was scared, and I didn't know what to do. So, but I think I should have just said like, look, I'm sorry, but I just can't. Because then it made it worse in the end. And now we don't really talk ever. Like, I haven't heard from her in so long. So basically, I was very overwhelmed. A lot of stuff happened, and my friends were giving me advice and stuff, and I was very stuck. So I think the worst decision was letting that happen. Like, I think I should have just cut it off. But
I don't think there's one mistake, but if you don't mind, it's more of a broader range. I think in general, it's just looking at something and not being brave enough to actually attempt it, like stepping away from it because you don't feel like you enjoy it. I feel like that's made me regret a lot of things. Like I say, I don't want to do that right now. I'll leave it because it's a bit scary or something, and then you go and then you get back after saying no to that, and you're like, oh, I wish I did that. That would have probably been really good. Every time I've done that, I've just regretted it. There are still things like that I regret to this day, honestly, because I haven't been able to go and try them again in years.
It's not choosing art school. Yeah, because that's what people told me to not do. I was extremely good at art before. At that time, until like age 10. So I got repressed by everyone else, like all the professors, except my family. They wanted me to go. But myself, I listened to them, to my professors, and decided no, it's not worth it. Art is it's a very fine line nowadays. Like you can go somewhere, but it's difficult to get to that point. Yeah, I mean, being self-sufficient, being a freelancer, it's kind of difficult, and that's the line that that's what I thought when I tried to choose the school. And I mean, I was right. I mean, it's a fact. It is difficult, but seeing what happened after, like my fucking mental sanity crumbling, me losing years, being behind my peers, it's because like being still at school while all your friends are out, have a job, have a car, it weighs you down. You feel alone. You feel kind of cut out.
Probably installing this game. Ever since I've installed VRChat, I've just fucking started no-lifing VR because I have nothing better to do. Feel like I could probably be putting my time to better things, but I've been playing for a couple of years at this point. I've got a few people on my friends list who've accumulated around 5,000 or 6,000 at this point. As much as I love it, I kind of regret installing it in the first place because I've just put so much time into it when I could have just been putting it towards, better things. Like a lot of my friends, I, didn't really have a lot of friends before I started playing, and it's just really helped me with social skills, but at the same time, it's just feels like I've wasted a lot of time. I
took like LSD. This was like a tough, like a challenging experience, but it's okay. How did I feel? Yeah, I felt awful. Like I was scared, and I didn't trust the friend I was doing, who was babysitting me, and it didn't kind of end well. Like, I just had another friend who comforted me through Discord. Trip was for 1.5 days, not gonna lie. Another bad thing I kind of regret is like falling in love with a girl. Yeah, that was also really yikes.
Well, on the VR chat, I was catfished, and basically the IP grabbed me while we were chatting, and I was getting into a girl, you know? IP grab means when somebody finds your IP through the game, and because VR chat is really easy to fucking hack, people can see you in a matter of seconds where you live, and when they can afterwards DDoS you. It's basically they override your Wi-Fi, so it basically lags it all out, so you cannot access anything, not even a web.
It just depends, you know. Not everybody is the same, and thinking that, having that mindset of comparing yourself to the others as like 20 plus years old, I think it's kind of a death sentence, you know, because you will always end up being in a loop where you always think you're not enough. Take your time, take absolutely your time, make sure to think things through. As we said, you'll have time, you have all the time. Well, that was clunky as fuck. Holy shit. Sorry, man.
Kindness is contagious. When you are kind, you inspire others. Be the spark. Spreading kindness merchandise available now.